Hey YouTubers, what's up? Your boy, Deluxe Man, back again with
the casual viewer.
I want to apologize.
Uh-huh.
Brought you onto this channel trying to make you into a wrestling fan. My hope was the more you watched it, the more of a fan you would become of the product. I almost feel like ever since you started watching, there's been this, oh, I'm becoming a fan, and then, oh, this show sucks. Oh, I'm becoming a fan, and oh, this show sucks. WrestleMania 31 was good, and this show sucked.
Well, let me just put it this way.
It was...
I'm gonna be the casual viewer, and this show does not... Okay. I didn't like it. It was boring, and you failed if you're trying to get me to be a fan with this show.
It comes to a point where even I just get a little annoyed with wrestling fans who go out of their way to praise shows like this and say, well, it's not as bad as the other shows I've seen, so clearly that makes it good. In my books, that makes it mediocre. And to me, when you have a show called Extreme Rules, where everything is hardcore, and the show comes off feeling like a 3-hour Raw. Not a pay-per-view, but a 3-hour Raw.
Money well spent.
Anything higher than a C is ridiculous. So to anybody saying, this was a great show, it was a good show, you know, and I guarantee you, down in the comment section right now, we got people telling me, you're too hard on it. Look, if you enjoyed it, all props to you. But you're watching Deluxe Man's channel. And on Deluxe Man's channel, I have my views and my opinions. I'm saying that right now because I don't want to say it later on because I'm getting tired of saying in my personal opinion. Alright, you should know it's my opinion because it's my channel. I shouldn't have to baby you and tell you that it's my opinion.
First match. Let's see what sucked first. Or no, should we even go with the pre-show? Or does that even count?
You mean Neville versus Bad News Barrett?
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about that first because Daniel Bryan is apparently on injury right now. So I don't know how long he will be out. But they're going to let him have the title until he comes back. So it might not be that long. But unfortunately, he wasn't here. So we got Neville versus Bad News Barrett instead. Solid match. Nothing else to talk about. I mean, he beat Bad News Barrett, which is a big deal.
I don't care about him. He's no different than any other new... Like, he doesn't do anything that says, ooh, he could be the next Cena or the next Wyatt or the next CM Punk. He's just, oh, here's a guy in purple. Yay!
But he did a lot of cool stuff in the match, though. You gotta admit.
No, he did a lot of flashy stuff in the match.
Well, it was still cool, though. The red arrow at the end was really good.
Look, it looked good, but I could care less.
Alright.
I've seen a lot of wrestlers look good, and they don't go anywhere.
Okay, I'll give you that, that's true. But I enjoyed Neville, so I enjoyed the match. The best part of the show, honestly, was the first match. Dean Ambrose versus Luke Harper. And I particularly like this because the uniqueness of how it was booked. It started off like the first match, and then how it ended with them getting in that car and driving off. Okay, is that it? Or are they going to come back and continue the match? I like that. But the match itself, it was probably the most hardcore we got in this entire show. Candlesticks, tables, chairs... brawling inside the arena. Ambrose was over. Luke Harper was great. To me, these two had the most exciting aspect of the show.
Well,
I don't know. It's just, to me, I'll just say it. Ambrose won. Thank God. He finally won a pay-per-view match. Finally, after 9 months of losing all his pay-per-view matches, he wins against Luke Harper. But it's still a win. Finally. I hope he goes somewhere. I hope that leads to something. Hope. Big hope here. But other than that, I really don't see how anybody else can say, this show was hardcore, man. It was Extreme Rules.
The only thing that was good is that the commentators actually asked some valid questions on what was going on that I had myself. Like, wait, do the rules still count? I mean, the ref and the cameraman aren't with them. That's commentary. Thank you for that. But then you guys fucked it up with your arses.
But we'll get into that next. But yeah, clearly the best part of this entire pay-per-view was the Chicago Street Fight, Part 1 and Part 2, when they came back.
It's not a fucking street... Okay, whatever.
Okay, the Kiss Me Arse match, Sheamus versus Dolph Ziggler. What do you think about this match?
Sheamus, like, look, I'm glad to see Sheamus back, but apparently he's a villain now?
Yeah, he's a bad guy, which I actually like. I like Sheamus as a villain.
Okay, well, me, it's like, he's a villain now? Okay, not exactly on board with that. And then the whole rules of the match is like, if I lose, I have to kiss your ass.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Woo! And then, of course, the bigger one is that, yes, he's a villain, and he won, and no, he lost. But even though he lost, he made Ziggler kiss his ass instead. So it's like, well, this match was pointless then. And it had no weight and no gravity and went nowhere. It was fluff and filler.
This match meant nothing. Yeah, Ziggler beat him. Finally, he beat Sheamus, but what reason, though? What is the point of this match? What will this match lead to? Nothing. Sheamus walks away with Ziggler kissing his rear end, and I'm thinking, okay, heel heat, but you still lost to Ziggler, so who really won here? The match was pointless. It's not going to lead to anything. Even the match itself was kind of, man, I'm just happy. I'm happy Ziggler won, but at the exact same time, that win meant nothing because he got nothing from that win. And what was the point of this match if Sheamus could just say no anyways? He just said no and then made Ziggler kiss his own behind. Tag Team Championship match. To me, this is the second best part of the show. Because I really like this match between New Day, Cesaro, and Tyson Kidd. Really good match. Cesaro is a beast. Every time I see him perform, I just go, why are you not featuring him a lot more stronger than what you are right now, man? And New Day sucks. New Day sucks. At least the WWE is going along with the crowd because the crowd does not like this gimmick and they don't like them playing this role. Mm-hmm. So at least they're reacting to it in a natural way by getting upset at the audience for booing them, which is something. I'll take that. The gimmick still sucks, but you're making use of it. So them being tag team champions with this booking, I am completely fine with. And like I said, I like the match. Cesaro was catching people all over the place. He caught Big E when he went for that frog leap, remember?
Yeah.
300 pounds, and then he caught Kofi Kingston and slammed him down. Tyson Kidd was over. New tag team champions, the New Day. And let's see what they do with them. I am liking the tag team division. Suck. Oh, they suck. But they're doing something with them that I can at least get entertained by, and I'm looking forward to seeing them get beat by an actual better tag team.
The only reason I can see that they're a tag team together is because they're all black wrestlers. 1, that's bad. 2, all of them happen to be villains. Again, bad. 3, it just seems like all 3 of y'all weren't popular enough by yourselves, so we're going to have to put y'all into a team to maybe get your names out there. And if that works, then you could branch off and make your own personalities that you already had to begin with. But then you guys might skyrocket somewhere. So me, it's blatant.
Yeah.
And so me, I can't feel excited for it because what makes you guys villains? Do you do underhanded tactics? Do you cheat in the ring without the ref knowing? Do you pay the ref so that he doesn't see certain things? Are you in league with the authority? Do you have some, like, extra people that will come in and help you and interfere with the match?
See, people hate the New Day. They hate the New Day for one reason. Because they go out there preaching like them black people do.
I don't need stereotypes. I need characters.
Yeah, guys. That's why they're hated, because they're stereotypes. But it's working, apparently, so what...
So what the fuck? What do I know, huh?
Okay, the United States Championship Russian chain match. It was a match. I'm not going to talk about it next month. And then we got another match coming up after this one. I Quit match. We'll get to that in a second, but who won this match?
Oh, Cena. Yeah.
Oh, really? I thought you was like looking at the camera going, really? Do you really want to know who won this match? You really don't know. Did anybody think that Rusev was going to win? Does anybody think Rusev's going to win next month? And it looks like, based off of what's happening with him abusing Lana, guarantee you that she's going to break up from Rusev soon. She will be the next Sable. Rusev will be the next Mark Marrow, and he eventually will become nothing. I am saying it right now. Rusev's career, at least as Rusev, the Russian brute, is practically over unless he gets a revamp. I think he's done. I don't think there is anything left for him. What's next? He's going to go after the IC Championship? For what? He can't beat Cena, and you lose to Cena, what? If he loses to him at Payback, that's 3 times. In an I Quit match. Cena is not losing an I Quit match. Forget about it, okay? So now he's going around whining and complaining that, oh, I didn't lose to Cena. I didn't lose to Cena. And then he's going to lose to Cena by saying, I quit. And people think this is going to make him into a main event player. And people actually are telling me right now that Cena as an opponent is going to elevate Rusev. This is not elevating him, you idiots. It's not. Okay, I've been in arguments with Good Mike Work over this on Twitter. He's telling me that, oh, him working with Cena is going to help him. Is it really helping him? Did it help Bray Wyatt? I'm not trying to say Cena buries anybody, but Jesus Christ, this feud is not doing anything for Rusev. He looks like a punk. He does. Anything you want to say about that?
This was an irrelevant match. The outcome didn't matter. And this extra match isn't going to go anywhere. Even if Cena loses, which I doubt.
And I Quit match. Good luck.
Okay, it's just, okay, here's my major problem with this whole storyline thing, is the fact that it means nothing! So what if Rusev loses the I Quit match? It's not going to mean anything, because I guarantee you something's going to happen to interfere with the match. Lana might interfere, or they'll just get some random wrestler that hasn't been heard of for a while to jump in and interfere, and then Rusev and them are going to fight.
I'll tell you what, man. When it comes to Lana, yeah, she might actually have a bigger future than Rusev. And like I said, Rusev is now Mark Marrow. He is going to be used to put over Lana, and then he's going to be done. I don't know, man. It's not looking good for him. I thought he was going to be the next Iron Sheik, which is a big deal. He's a legend, by the way. Now he's going to be the next Mark Marrow. Yay, making new stars in 2015. What the hell do I know? I'm a wrestling fan. Divas Championship match. Nikki Bella versus Naomi. I like Naomi's new personality. Liked her new music. Liked her new shoes.
I like the shoes. That's about
It's really confusing when you have 2 heels in a match. And you have one really playing a heel, but another one that's trying to be a babyface but then cheats to win, which is weird. You know what I'm saying? It's all over the place, and at least they got time, so I should be happy about it. It should still be booked like it matters, okay? It should still make sense. Nikki Bella won. Anything?
You know how I feel about the Divas matches.
So nothing.
Nothing.
Last man standing match. Roman Reigns versus The Big Show. It was better than I thought, because the crowd did not take a big steaming dump on it. It wasn't an F, but it still wasn't like anywhere past the C. It was average to decent, I suppose. And I say average to decent because of the spots. There was a choke slam through a table. Through tables, I like that. A spear through that barricade, and then a spear through a table, and then he threw a table on Big Show. I actually like that. That was different. Will I go back and rewatch this match? No. Was it better than any other last man standing match I've seen? Hell no. It happened. Roman Reigns won. He got a holy shit chant. If that means anything, it should in Chicago. Maybe, because it's Roman Reigns in Chicago getting a holy shit chant. So, 2 thumbs up to you, Roman Reigns. You didn't have the worst match on the show. Thoughts?
Man, I'm really having trouble with this because I just keep sounding like a broken record because it's the same question I keep asking when it comes to these matches. I know I'm a casual viewer, and I know a lot of you don't give a shit because it's like, well, if you don't like the concept of two people just fighting each other, then you just don't get wrestling. But you see, in order for me to get invested in a fight, I need to know why Dickhead A and Dickhead B are fighting with each other, and it needs to be more than he cheated on a test or he hit on my wife. Even if that's the call to action for them to fight, what does it matter if in the end nothing comes of it? So fucking what if Roman Reigns wins? So fucking what if Big Show wins? What do they get from it besides bragging rights? Seriously. And that's the major problem I have with WWE. Who gives a shit if he wins? Who gives a shit if he loses? What happens to him if he loses? What happens to him if he wins? Does he...
Nothing.
Does he go up the ladder? No. Does he, get better street cred? Who gives a shit? And then, does he get closer to the championship? Fuck no. Does he get a goddamn trophy? No.
Let me tell you how shallow-minded some of these wrestling fans are right now. In the comment section, they're going to talk about, well, see, the crowd didn't crap on it, so it was better than usual. So if the crowd doesn't throw tomatoes or food at it, it's passable now.
Well, that's along the lines of saying, here's some piss. There's no water, but hey, it's better than nothing.
That's where we are as wrestling fans. I swear that's where we are. It's like it won't be bad until a building gets burned down. Until a building gets burned down, it will not be a bad show. That's where we are with wrestling fans nowadays. Oh, Ryback beat up Bo Dallas.
I'm glad Bo Dallas is back, but here's the thing. I actually had high hopes for Ryback when we first started this, and he was fighting against Cena, and I was like, he could go places. And then I don't know what happened in the locker room or something, but he's kind of irrelevant. And then he got even more irrelevant once Brock Lesnar showed up.
Ryback, honestly, where is he? I don't even know where he is now. It's like Rusev right now is kind of trickling down to a level of irrelevance. He's still pretty relevant, kind of, somewhat, but he's kind of almost there. Ryback is kind of, what do you call it, lost in the shuffle. Main event time, World Championship, RKO band, steel cage match.
Okay. But before we start that curb stomping thing?
Oh, yeah.
How the hell is that more dangerous than kicking somebody in the face or
a tombstone?
No, seriously. What mom wrote a letter and complained to the WWE about this? Or no, better yet, was there something in the news about a kid curb stomping a friend or something? Because I can't understand how that is more dangerous than half the shit we saw in this episode.
I mean, it's clearly more dangerous than jumping off of a car onto a guy and being powerbombed on a steel chair and being kicked in the face, and jeez, it must be a really dangerous move. And you know something? Instead of doing the RKO, which was actually used, and I'll get to that in a second because it was really confusing, he tried to do the punt. The punt is literally a football kick to the head. But that's allowed in WWE, and the curb stomp is not. I'm actually surprised this was as bad as it was. I at least thought this was going to be at least decent. I knew the Authority was going to interfere. I knew Kane was going to interfere. I did not think he would take over the freaking match at the end. Okay? It's one thing to help Rollins beat Randy Orton, which he did, but he practically took over the match at the end, man. They're having their back and forth, and nobody cares. The match is dead. The crowd is dead. I didn't care. It's just happening. It's just going on. There was a suplex spot, and then the Authority came out. Kane came inside the ring. Rollins accidentally kicked him in the head, and then all of a sudden, Kane gets angry. He enters the ring. He chokeslams them both. And then freaking J&J security goes in there. He chokeslams them. He puts Rollins over Orton. And then Orton kicks out. Orton did an RKO on Kane, and then Rollins did an RKO on Orton.
Well, I just know like Randy Orton did like he did Triple H's move on Seth Rollins.
That actually was the best part of the match. I did not think he was going to do a pedigree.
Well, no, that part right there is what I miss in old school wrestling, where they actually, like, to mock another wrestler, they would use their special move against them. Did we forget about that? Like, and, like, it's such a letdown considering, like, the last time we were here, we saw that curve stomp counter and then an RKO thing to this.
WrestleMania actually surprised us. Extreme Rules did.
Disappointed us.
So, Rollins wins. We already knew that was going to happen. I already knew Rollins was going to win when the match was announced, but dear God.
My problem is I didn't care because, like, what were they fighting for again? Like, did we get a belt? Did they get a belt?
And now, based off of what I've seen, a future match might involve Kane, Rollins, and Orton. And they might throw in Roman Reigns, make it a fatal 4-way, and I'm just gonna, oh my God, it's gonna suck. You know what? Screw it. I'm gonna give it a D.
Oh! And the grade got lower.
I can tell it's one of those shows where if I go back and watch it, I'm gonna hate it even more. It is. You go back and you watch this show.
Just thinking about it.
Just thinking about it, I just hate it even more and just even more. This show is dumb. I just feel like nothing was done. It's not a good show. Anybody that says it's a good show, prove it. How it's a good show.
I want a match-by-match analysis of why this should be even a B. I dare you.
Average show, fine. Average pay-per-view, whatever. To me, I'm giving it a D. This show was absolutely boring, man. I just think about it now. It's just, I can't watch this over again. If the best part of the show, which got a holy shit chant, was Roman Reigns spearing Big Show through the announcer table. Although the best match was Ambrose versus Luke Harper, and he finally won a match, the show overall was just bad. Hey, disagree down below. Our opinion stands. This was not a good show. I don't see how anybody can watch this over again. Nothing is going to matter until Brock Lesnar comes back. That's probably the only thing.
Damn. Just.
Really?
Damn.
Nothing is going to matter until Brock Lesnar comes back. That's when they will start caring to give you actually good content. Really. I'm not saying you have to stop watching. You might have to. I don't blame anybody that stops watching WWE. I don't. At this point in time, because they pretty much told us unless a Brock Lesnar, an Undertaker, or a Sting comes back, why even watch? And what hurts the show is now we lost Daniel Bryan, so he's gone for a good month.
True, except that was more. That wasn't WWE's,
that wasn't WWE's fault, but it doesn't really help.
No, I mean, I will admit that it doesn't help, but it's like there's a big difference. Like, hey, Brock Lesnar, because y'all control his schedule. Sting, yeah, y'all fucked up on that one too. And
Taker, same thing.
Oh God, that still pisses me off. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, the streak being over, I get is supposed to raise Brock Lesnar's cred.
But what has it done to Bray Wyatt? Yeah, he's not even on the show anymore.
No, but that's what's disappointing because after that match, now Bray Wyatt is he's falling down the hill, and it's not. I'm not happy about it.
And now I hear he's going to fight Ryback. Ryback and Bray Wyatt.
Well, that's not going to go anywhere. That's hitting a brick wall right there. I mean, okay.
I hope someone above in the creative department says, you know what? Let's put him up against Roman Reigns. Because I would like to see that. If you want me to be invested in a Roman Reigns match, put him against Bray Wyatt. I actually might watch that and get invested into it. But they're not. Why do it? I'm doing a terrible job of making you a wrestling fan.
I don't think it's ever going to happen, my man.
Give us your thoughts down below about the show. We thought it wasn't a good show at all. We just did.
If you didn't tell.
Thank you for watching.
Yeah.
Your boy, the X Man, and this guy shining off. Peace.